everybody, this is Ginger and this is Ginger's Chat Show. I do hope, hopefully after this is over and I get it going, that I'm able to post this video on YouTube. I checked all my settings, so everything should be okay. I'm sorry. Pollen count is really high here. So anyway, hey Virginia, hey Dorothy, how are things over in your neck of the woods? I hope good. Anyway, of course you heard about what's going to happen with California. Hurricane Hillary, is now a Cat 4. She's heading northwest. Northwest. Well, actually northwest. So she's basically going up the thing, but they don't know where the landfall is going to be. Actually, last time a storm hit like that, hit the area was 84 years ago, 1939. And that was considered a Cat 1 or a Cat 2 at the time. But they did not have the scales or the, the Cat 1 through Cat 5 scales back in those days, back before they started naming storms and start setting it up and everything. Well, consider yourself lucky you're not fighting a drought, Virginia. Yeah, I know. Mother Nature, either she... Just a minute. We have a whole bunch of planes taking off here at JBLM because they're sending supplies over to Maui. So, that's why it's noisy over there. Anyway, yeah, too bad you can't take some of that rain and give it to Texas and some areas that are without rain. We could use some here, but with Hillary coming up the coast, we might get some rain. I just wish Mother Nature isn't so drastic, too much on one end, too little on the other. I wish it was just even, normal, Anyway, those in California, please stock up, make sure everything is secure. Again, you don't know where the landfall is going to be. Just be on your toes, okay? Like any natural disasters, like earthquakes. They dealt with earthquakes. Hurricanes is a different animal. So they need to learn how to handle storms and hurricanes like this. Up here, the last time we had hurricane-type force winds hit here was back in 1962, the Columbus Day storm. That was a remnant from a hurricane that came from the Japan, those islands, and came this way. So, of course, now there's much better equipment and better setup and everything that we could keep an eye on storms like this and we're not caught by surprise. I don't like being caught by surprise. I'd rather be informed. And sorry to say, I can't understand people that say, oh, well, I don't watch the news and I don't know why this is happening. I go, watch the news so you'll be informed. That way you stay safer, okay? So, fingers crossed for the West Coast, which is me. I'm up on the West Coast. I'm up in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, but it depends on where the remnants of the storm's going to go and everything, what areas it's going to hit. So, 1939, Virginia, you were there 84 years ago? Because that was the last time it hit. Now, they did have a first time in San Diego. They had a hurricane hit there, and that was in 1858 in San Diego. Of course, that was way before the National Weather Service was set up. 1984? No, they didn't have a hurricane hitting in California. 84. This has been 84 years ago on this current hurricane. But anyway, with he who shall not be named, Trump, I can't understand the justice system at the moment. They need to take off their damn kid gloves and treat him, if they said they're going to treat him like everybody else, then start treating him like everybody else. As far as I'm concerned, Trump lost all rights. He does not have a right to anything. And I don't care if he's president of the hellhole, okay? The guy needs to be shut up. And they need to put him in jail now. He's already violated the release agreement in Georgia. And Georgia's a different animal when it comes to treating criminals. And they should take, and of course, he will be supposed to be, a week from today is supposed to be surrendering. But let's see if he will really surrender. I don't think he will. He likes to have all kinds of attention on him. Well, give him embarrassing attention as much as possible. And, you know, if he refused to go, I hope they block his plane. Oh, they are? Okay, good. Good. Yeah, because he interfered there, too. And he threatened their Secretary of State there in Arizona. Yeah. They just should put the guy in jail and keep him there until all the trials are done and over with. That's what they really should do. And shut him up. Take away his electronics, which will be taken away from him anyway. Take away all his electronics, and that way he can't blab on True Social and everything else. Hey, Linda! Hi! Oh, by the way, guys, I heard from Jean Shanky. She says hi. She is now in the process of hunting down all the quote-unquote fact checkers and blocking them and everything. So when she gets back from Facebook jail, they can't get her again because she practically found all of them. Yeah, he should not be running for president. And I think the Federal Elections Commission should just rip up his application and go, nope, not going to happen. You broke federal law. You're indicted. Just rip it up. You know. So, oh, you guys are cousins? I didn't know that. That's cool. Well, I have cousins in Missouri. I have long-lost cousins in California. I have long-lost cousins in South Dakota. And those guys in California and in South Dakota, I have not heard from them forever. I do talk to my cousins in Missouri. And occasionally talk to my cousin in Colorado. So, yeah. Yeah, they really need to come down on him hard on this. Cool! I like that. Yes, cousins are the best kind. I talked to my one cousin who lives in Missouri. She moved, she sold her farm, and she's now living in Springfield. Um, and she's happier there. So, when all the, um, oh, good. Okay, Jean just popped up, and she said all her fact checkers are gone. So, no to fact checkers. Leave people alone. Okay? Um, I'm really sick and tired of Facebook doing this. I really am. It's not called for. I have not had a problem with them in 3 years because I went in there and did some changes and updated my software system and everything else. Be sure, guys, to make sure you have an excellent antivirus software in your computer, okay, that does a good job. Because they can, fact checkers sometimes can hack. So you need a good antivirus thing in there, okay? What do you want, Nose? Sarah's feeling somewhat better today. Well, because the heat is not so hot right now. It is 70 degrees and it's in the afternoon and much better than it was the last 2 days. So, um, yeah. Well, Virginia, be sure to have more of your cousins visit this. um, anyway, I'm feeling better today. It's cooler, much cooler. So, yesterday I was just dragging, or day before yesterday and the day before, I was just dragging because the heat just was really bad in here. And I didn't want to really go downstairs in the air conditioned community room. I just was worried about Cyrano. So, because he wasn't doing well. He doesn't like the heat. So, um, Jean, you're a good problem child. You're not a bad problem child. You're a good problem child, Jean. You really are. So I'll be happy when you're back out of Facebook jail. I think Facebook itself should be in jail. Okay, well, I don't use McAfee, Virginia, because they've been having problems with people hacking in there. Okay, try to bypass McAfee's system. I use AVG. Here, let me type it in so you guys, just in case. They have AVG free and they have AVG Pro, but they got various products that fit your budget. That's the antivirus that I use, and I don't really have problems with it. It does an excellent job. Uh, by the way, I don't know if you heard, Linda, that's been canceled. He is not going to be doing a live conference. It's been canceled, according to Minus Touch. Yeah, he chickened out because his lawyers told him, no, don't do it. Because it will cause you to get more and more trouble with the DOJ. His lawyers are trying to tell him to be quiet. That's what the lawyers are trying to do. Gene, I love you no matter what, okay? Um, so, again, remember, a week from today, yeah, this came out yesterday that he's canceling, and Minus Touch stated that this morning. They confirmed it this morning. But keep in mind, a week from today, Trump is supposed to turn himself in at noon over in Fulton County, Georgia. Okay, in Atlanta. Uh, we'll see if that happens. Now, there's 18 other people who are supposed to surrender themselves as well. And with these type of charges, especially RICO charges, which actually Giuliani is charged with, there's no choice. They have to be in jail for the RICO. There's no probation. There's no bail or anything else. They're in jail. Georgia does not play around. Okay? And you know what? I think New York and Florida and DC should follow Georgia's lead and say, you know what? We need to change our procedures on this. Just to get the point across. Okay? Now I understand the 11th. Well, what information? All of that is lies, and the judges are fully aware, Gene, of what he's doing. They're watching him. They're really watching him. Okay. Even the sheriff is now launching an investigation with the blessing from the Fulton County Fannie Willis, the Fulton County DA, going after people and finding out why and who leaked the grand jury information. Okay, that was going on. Hold on a second. Yep. But anyway, they're finding out who leaked the information, how they got it is beyond me. And Jack Smith said, well, you know, they should have made it anonymous jurors. That's why the information never gone out in New York or in DC. Yeah, I know. That's what I was talking about. And you know what? If those guys try anything in the jurors, I suggest the jurors is have the have a very serious weapon at the ready and say, okay, if you do, come on. So, I mean, I don't condone violence, but I don't condone what that person did by leaking the information either. He should be in jail because that's public endangerment is what it is. And that's considered well, the rep, you know what I read this morning when I got up this morning to eat breakfast? I read that the U.S. House reps want to defund Jack Smith and defund the DOJ. That's a joke. It's not going to happen. Because that's not going to pass. The Senate's going to throw it back at him and go, nope, you need to do a real project. And I think, reason why I kind of like at Jordan and some of the others to sit there and say they want to do all this, it tells me that they're condoning and they're hiding the crimes that they committed as well. Telling me that they condone what Trump is doing. And you know what? I don't care if they're a House of Representatives. I don't care if Jordan was Speaker. I don't care, not even Speaker, but McCarthy's Speaker. I don't care if Jordan's the Chairman. They should be treated like everybody else if they break the law. They're arrested and thrown in the pokey. And I think about 10, 15 of them need it. Ah, okay, good. Yeah. And several of the Democrats have asked FBI referrals on some of the Republican guys, too. Okay. Because they broke some laws. So, like I said, the sheriff is investigating in this now ASAP. Oh, they'll find him. They'll find him. And I'm sure that he's going to ask for Georgia's Bureau of Investigation. GBI there in Georgia is a counterpart to the FBI. Almost the same format. And they handle federal cases. And so, you know what? They're going to be on a manhunt there, too. They'll go after them. And I hope they do. I hope they throw them in jail. And next Friday, week from today, I'd love to see Trump in jail and kept there. Because there's RICO charges in there. Many of them are very serious. And there's 41 counts. 18 people and 41 counts. And all of them are going to be in the pokey. Or in jail. I like pokey. So, you know, oh, another thing too, Facebook keeps yelling about community standards. I'm sitting there laughing. They don't even follow it themselves. So that's why you need to have a good antivirus software in your computer. Okay. Now there are some computers, depends on the model, who they promote. Well, that's just too bad. Okay. I know some jail conditions are bad, but they're working on it. Now, the other thing they need to do, I would suggest to President Biden, is to get rid of the private prisons and go back to the Department of Corrections prisons. Okay. Don't use private prisons. And I think that's what some of them are worried about. They might be put in a private prison. I don't think that's going to happen. But they will be in jail. Now, they had to beef up the jails after COVID. And so, because you have the guards working there too. So, where do you live, Linda? Linda, where do you live? You live in, are you in Massachusetts? Um, we need rain here. Badly need rain. We just, I don't know if you guys heard on the news a couple days ago, we had a brush fire not too far from here. It was in the park, Fort Steilacoom Park area, and there was a brush fire, and they had evacuation orders, level 1 evacuation orders for some of the neighborhoods around there, and they had people evacuate. So, okay, you're in Randolph, Massachusetts. Okay. They said there are going to be some heavy storms in the Northeast. So, now, if you like watching storms or interested in weather and science, go to watch Storm Chase, some of the Storm Chaser channels. And real good one is with Vince Watley. It's spelled differently, but he does storm chasing. Ah, okay. Well, one cousin here, well, I have two cousins here in Washington. One lives in um, Kitsap County. They're up there. And I have one living in Eastern Washington. One in Eastern Washington cut herself off from family completely. She won't talk to Buddy or anything, so I don't know what's happened there. I don't know what's going on there. Now my other cousin, he lives up, like I said, up in Kitsap County, and occasionally I hear from him, and he said they need rain where he is too. Yeah. So anyway, whoever thought the private prison thing ought to be stuck in prison themselves. So anyway, I think it's about time for me to sign off for the weekend. And I hope you guys stay safe. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back. I hope I can get this transferred over to YouTube. I don't know what happened there unless the systems were being funny, because I had no problems before up until Wednesday. So I don't know what happened there. Oh, I will. And I'll keep you guys posted weather-wise what's happening with Hillary when she marches up the coastline. We'll probably get some wind and some rain here. I don't know how far it's going to go and how it's going to stretch, so please be careful. Insist, persist, and push back. I need more subscribers for not only for this here, but also I need more subscribers for the YouTube channel. Okay? So, I love you all, and I will see you later. Okay? Bye-bye.